Hello and welcome everybody to the live stream. We are at Soldier Field today for our elite car competition, which are our pro cars for you guys that don't know. This is a track that Formula Drift ran back in 2005, and we decided to recreate it to bring into Assetto to host competitions at. The track is live up on Vosen for everybody to download. So if you're watching this now, then the track is on Vosen for you to go ahead and download. And I do believe we're going to be getting started here very soon. Practice looks like it just ended, and we are going to be getting the drivers sent off here very shortly. I'm going to bring up the line map here. So as you can see, the drivers start their run as soon as they leave the start. It's not a chicane, but as soon as they leave the start line, they start their run. Immediately go into their initiation. They flick to an outside touch and go. We would like to see them use no handbrake there, and then they kind of hold that line as wide as they can for a little bit, following that yellow dotted line there. And then they want to kind of flick it out wide over. There's a little crest right there on that transition. Right over that crest, they want to kind of keep it out wide and sweep into that second outside zone. So that way they can keep as much momentum and the best line possible through that outside zone there on the wall. And then they dive down to that inside clip to the last transition to the last outside zone. And it's not quite exactly how they ran it back in 2005 and for Formula Drift, but it's pretty close, and it's our own little version of it. And if you are interested in trying it out for yourself, then head over to Vosen and download it. And I think
we're about to get started. You ready?
All right. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think without further ado, we are about to get the boys started. Let me go ahead and get locked in on them. I can't get the camera on the right person here. Sorry for the cameras flickering like that, everybody. But we got our first battle at the line. It is Dustin and JC. Dustin leading, JC in the chase. Both drivers in E36. Like I said, sorry about the lights flicker in there. JC has to make up some ground here. Oh, diving in. Oh, Dustin going into the wall. Hitting that inside clip nicely. Both drivers, I do believe, though, zeroed on this first run, unfortunately. Very unfortunate. But that happens. Drivers are getting relined up. JC in the lead this time around, Dustin in the chase. Solid initiation there from JC. Good line there from JC through there. Dustin keeping that proximity though, not letting him get too far away. Kind of a shallow transition there from JC, not quite able to get out to that outside zone, but he made do. Drivers will pull around and have a winner decided. Well, JC getting all kind of weird, trying to do some donuts around it. And it looks like it's kind of hard to tell from this angle who the winner will be. There we go. Get a different camera angle on there. I would not be surprised to see it one more time from the judges, given the first run being a 0 on both drivers' parts. But we shall see. Competition got off to a little bit of a late start here today. Just things not going to according to plan, and so for that, the drivers, I do apologize. I didn't mean to keep you guys waiting and held up, but it's part of the virtual competition world, I guess. But I do apologize for any delays or inconveniences. Judges still deciphering a winner for the last battle. While we wait, I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsors, since I wasn't able to do at the beginning of the live stream. You can see them scrolling through the top left-hand corner of the screen there. You can see the judges. Or the, I'm sorry, not the judges, the sponsors. All right, it looks like JC, I do believe, will move on and get the win over Dustin. Good job, JC. All right, next battle will be TDR Keefe against Randall. Randall in the GT86 coming to the line. And these lights do flicker here at the start for some reason. I don't know what it is. I do apologize for it. I wish I could fix it. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get it to stop. No matter what camera angle we go to, they do it. We're waiting for TDR Keefe to come to the line. Get the overlay, pull it up. All right, here we go for this battle. Again, sorry, I know the lights are goofy. It's embarrassing to me, I know, but I tried to fix it before the competition, but there was nothing I could figure out to get it to work. And then it stops right here. But here we go, we got TDR Keefe. So someone stuck to his car, it looks like. And Randall in the GTA6 in the chase. Keefe putting down a solid line here, and Randall is sticking right on his door. That thing sticking off his car is so distracting. Oh, look, swapped to Pencil's car, Randall's car. Gotta love the virtual world. All right, let's get these names swapped around. Randall will lead, Keefe will chase. Big initiation there from Randall. Keefe having a... Oh, that was a huge lag spike there. Keefe had a lot of ground to make up. Randall putting down a really solid lead line here so far. Good transition onto that line to go into that outside, that last outside zone. I wonder what that was stuck to his car. That was a little odd. I will wait here as the judges pick a winner. It'll be Randall in the GT86 or Keefe in the R34. Our next battle will be 240SX Kid against JC Motorworks. And Randall will get the win and move on. Get the 240SX Kid and JC to the line for their battle. JC getting back-to-back battles here. Well, not quite back-to-back battles, but near enough too. We'll wait on JC to make his way to the line. I gotta do something about the lights for now. This camera angle doesn't make the lights flicker, so we'll just swap it whenever they get started. It was driving me nuts though. I had to do something. JC making his way to the line now. I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning into the live stream today. We definitely appreciate it. And we will be back. We actually are back to a scheduled season. So we have a whole schedule put out right now for the whole rest of the year for events with our pro cars, the elite cars you're seeing here, as well as our street cars. We'll try a different camera angle here on this run. And 240SX Kid putting down a really solid line here in the lead. Gave the wrong little tap on that second outside zone with the sweeper, but really solid line there overall. No complaints. Get the names flipped around. JC will lead. 240 chase, or I'm sorry, 240SX Kid will chase. JC with a nice, smooth, and fast flick. Go to a different camera angle so we can kind of see what's going on here. JC putting it right on the wall there. 240SX Kid diving, surging hard, trying to make up the lost ground. But JC was on a tear on that run there. Super fast run there from JC. Our next battle will be E92 Nick against Lucky after the judges decide a winner here. Will it be JC or will it be 240SX Kid? All right, and there you have it. JC will move on. JC getting the win. Up next, we got E92 Nick against Lucky. Lucky in the C7, E92 Nick, I do believe, is in the E92, yes, of course. It's in his name. Alright, here we go. We wait for the light to go green. And they are off. Oh, Lucky with him. I don't know, Lucky just disappearing there for a second, pulling some paranormal activity on us. But he's back in frame now, back in drift. All good. E92 Nick putting down a really solid line there in the lead in that E92. And I know this track might appear to seem easy on the stream, but this track is incredibly bumpy. So many obstacles throughout this little small figure eight-ish type track. The very, very, very tricky to get exactly right. And, and we'd have to have a restart there. It looked like Nick was in the wrong gear on the start. So I'm sure that will be a restart, I would assume. And then he's just getting swapped over. All right, really good lap there from Lucky, but I'm not quite sure what's going to happen if we're going to have a restart or not. It appeared as though Nick was in the wrong gear in reverse on the start. I wonder if the judges are deciding on a restart or what they are choosing to do.
Just letting you know we're restarting because JC left as that first run started.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it appears as though we're going to be restarting the whole battle due to a driver leaving the server. That was the cause of the lag spike that you've seen Lucky endure. So we'll be restarting the entire battle. So that way it gives the drivers a fair shot here on each end. So E92 Nick will lead again, and Lucky will chase. Light's about to start a rave. Here we go. All right. Oh, just leaving Lucky on the start. I wish I had a better camera angle for drivers to get left behind on the start there. It's something I did not consider when making the cameras for this track. So I do apologize for that, but the rest of them are perfectly fine. But on the start, if the chase gets left, it's just super hard to get both cars in camera. That's another mistake on my part, so I apologize to you guys for that. But we're getting through it. We're making it through the day, or through the comp here. All right, here we go. Drivers flipped around. Lucky leading. Nick chasing. Nick with a lot of ground to make up, falling way behind, diving room, hitting the wall. Unfortunately, that is the tricky part about this track is when you dive in and then barely nipping the barrier right there. But this track, if you try to dive in that outside, that second outside zone, it just makes it incredibly hard to avoid from hitting that wall that you just see Nick do. And that's kind of the hard part about the chase on this track is if you do get left on the start for any reason, then if you have to dive into that wall, it's so hard to keep pace with the driver with as much as you have to brake or avoid from hitting the wall. So it's really crucial that you stick with the driver or the lead driver as the chase through the start. But here we go. Lucky will get the win and move on over Nick. Our next battle will be Askew against ENZ Chop Corp. Askew making his way to the line. All right, Askew in the lead, DNZ Chop Corp in the chase. Both drivers in the S15 today. As we wait for the light to go green. Here we go. Drivers are off. Well, white, I should say, not green. Here we go. Oh, and then DNZ Chop Corp just getting a little too antsy, I would say. A little too aggressive there in the chase. You know, just trying not to get left behind. And just not allowing Askew, the lead driver, any room to initiate. Very unfortunate. Drivers make their way back to the start line and get flipped around. DNZ Chop Corp will lead now. Askew Drifts will chase. Like I said, both drivers in the S15, one in that ADL Speedworks livery and the other one in the just red and blue competition livery by ADL. All right, here we go. Drivers are off. Chop Corp in the lead. Askew in the chase. Let's see how safe Askew plays it here, knowing that the favor is definitely in his court. Oh, and then Chop Corp just hitting the wall. Very unfortunate for him. We're going to watch Askew as he finishes his run here. I was driving with Askew in the server. Oh, Askew hitting the wall right before the line. I wonder if the judges are going to deem that as incomplete, which will, well, it'd still probably go his way. But I was driving with Askew in the server before the competition this week. And he was definitely putting down some really solid lines. Definitely has that S15 dialed in for this track, I would say. Here we go. We wait for the judges to come with a decision. I do believe that we will be going Askew's way here. You know, they're both in the S15. It's kind of hard to know who's who. Turn on driver names here. Yeah, so Chop Corp is in the Atlanta Speedworks one. Sorry for that. I got a little confused knowing who was who. We still wait for the judges to come to a decision. Our next battle will be Plan Brocker against Fitboy NZ. And then after that, we will have the next group of drivers come in to get, to do their battles. Which will also, we're already in top 16 for those of you guys who are unaware. We didn't have the largest showing of drivers today, so we had to go almost immediately into top 16, but there we have it. Assetto Drifts will get the win over DNZ Chop Corp. Our next battle will be Plan Brocker against Fitboy. All right, Plan Brocker at the line. Fitboy making his way to the line. Fitboy in the R34. Plan Brocker in that E36. Both really solid choices for this track. All right, here we go. They are off. Good initiation there from Plan Brocker, just pulling away from Fitboy. Doing exactly what we were saying earlier about diving into that outside zone. Looks like Plan Brocker might have it looks like he dove into that outside zone there on that wall, really choking up Fitboy in the chase. But also looked like Fitboy struggled on initiation, so he was, obviously trying to make ground up as well after that. So kind of an interesting start to this battle. We'll see what happens in the next battle between them. Fitboy will lead, Plan Brocker will chase. Alright, Fitboy with a good initiation there. Plan Brocker cutting a lot of track to make up the lost ground there from his start. Oh, and then just kind of cutting in too hard, not allowing Fitboy to stay online. So interesting battle here. We'll see what the judges have to say about it. Definitely expected to see some interesting ones today, being how the track is. All right, as we wait for the judges to come to a decision. Like I said, our next battle will be Swagger 14 against Randall Kinney. Well, actually, I don't believe that I did say it, so just informing you is what I'm doing. Next battle will be Swagger against Randall, and we'll have to wait for this battle because, like I said, the next group of drivers have to come into the server. They'll get a few laps of practice in before we send them, and then after that, we'll be on to the grade 8 already. That's how quick this competition is going to go today, just purely because of, we just didn't have a large showing of drivers. Being after the day after Valentine's Day, I get it. There's a lot of dudes that don't want to make their girlfriends mad. Me being one of them. So can't really blame them. But judges definitely have their work cut out for him after that last battle. It's times like this where I'm glad I'm not a judge, when you're having to decide who to give a win to. And it's not an easy choice. You don't want to rob anybody, but at the same time, you don't want to take forever sitting there trying to, pick a call, make everybody else wait. So definitely not an easy being a judge. Judges are probably trying to figure out what happened exactly on that first battle between them two, because there was a lot of stuff happened. I know that Fitboy he definitely made a mistake on his initiation. which I don't know, could have been the result of the lead car's initiation. It was kind of hard to tell from our camera angle, but the judges have their own camera angles and all that stuff as well. But if I had to take a guess, it would be, you know, what was happening on the first run. All right, and there we have it. I may need the judges. All right, Plan Brocker gets the win. So we're gonna move on to all right, we got Randall Kinney at the line waiting for Swagger 14 to make his way in the server. But they're gonna get practice laps in before we send these next guys. All right, so we're going to.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
We're gonna go ahead and let Group B join up, so we're gonna just do practice for a little bit till they all join.
All right. All right, we're waiting for the drivers for the rest of top 16 to make their way in here to finish their runs. Wait for the rest of the drivers to get in here before we send them off. We'll go wait over here by the start light. That way we know exactly when practice is over for them and we can get rolling. All right, and like I said, I do thank you guys so much for tuning into the live stream today. We are at Soldier Field, like I said earlier, track that formerly Drift ran back in 2005. We decided to bring it back to life in Assetto and have some competitions here. This is our own version, obviously. It's not exactly like they ran back in 2005, but we like to have fun here. And let's just be honest, it was going to be way too easy of a track had it been just exactly like it was back in 2005. So if you would like to try it out for yourself, head over to Vosin and download it. It is up live on Vosin now for you to download and experience on your own. We will be releasing an update to it a little bit later in the future to fix the lights and stuff like that. There was unfortunately a couple things we couldn't get fully ironed out before the release for the competition. But like I said, we will be releasing an update to it later on down the road to fix all the little small, stuff that personally bothers us about the track. But overall, incredible track, lots of fun, super fun to get doors on. Very challenging as well, even though it is just technically a figure eight. Still a super challenging layout with all the bumps and dips and all the stuff that can unsettle your car. But highly recommend it to try it out for yourself. And then while we're still continue to wait, also, like I said, our sponsors up in the top left-hand corner of the screen, I'd like to give them a huge thank you for teaming up with us and making all this stuff that you guys are seeing now possible. We should be getting just about everybody in the server. Practice should be coming to an end here in just a couple minutes. And if you're just tuning in, this is the second half of our top 16. Wasn't able to quite fill out the bracket fully today. So we are already in the top 16. The second half of top 16. Obviously, you know, grade 8 will be after this. But thank you so much to all the drivers that did come out and are putting on the show for us all to see. I definitely appreciate it. Everybody at ADL appreciates it. And if you're curious on what our schedule looks like for the rest of the season, head over to our Discord or our Instagram. Discord is linked below. And you can check us out on Instagram where we have the schedule posted. Not all the event locations are selected throughout the rest of the year, but all the dates are set. And we have the first, I believe, 7 or 8 event locations already selected. So do head over to Discord or Instagram. Like I said, check that out if you're interested in coming out to competitions. We are doing a different kind of schedule this year. We're doing 2 street events and then a pro event. So right now we're doing the pro event with our elite pack, and then we're going to do 2 street events, and then we're going to be back to the pro events. So it's kind of a weird schedule, but the street cars are definitely, you know, where we shine. I think a lot of, you know, we have a lot of guys that come out for the street car competitions and thoroughly enjoy them. And so we decided to give you guys more street competitions this year. So if you want to come out, compete with us, join the competitions, then go in the Discord, and which is linked below in the description, and come out and join us. Lots of fun, open entry, not a locked roster. No points or anything like that awarded. We just do these for fun. Try to get as many guys into sim drifting as we can. The more people, the better. Oh, the semaphore reset. So I'm assuming that means practice is over. He probably just hit the wrong button, trying to reset it. Reset the light. He ended up resetting the whole car back to the pits. But I do believe that means practice is about to be over, and our first battle of round... well, technically, we're already in round 2, but the first battle of this group of round 2 will be Swagger 14 against Randall, like I stated earlier. Kind of surprised Randall choosing the GT86 today. Usually he is straight to the E36. Only car he really drives. So definitely cool to see him in something other than the 36 today. 86 is also a really good car though. Super, I'm assuming it'd be really good for this track. The Super was the car I was driving, and the GTA 6 and Super drive kind of similar, and the Super felt really good around this track. So Semaphore making his way back over to the start line, drifting his way over here. Thank you again to all the drivers that showed up today, making this event possible. Cannot thank you guys enough. Our goal is to definitely try to get the elite competitions, the elite car comps we'd like to see them get more filled up. You know, the street cars are usually always filled. We always got guys showing up for the street car comp, so it would be nice to get, you know, full bracket for the elite car competitions. But given this track, I can understand, you know, there is some minor issues with this track, especially for guys in like VR and stuff like that. And I feel so bad for those guys because I know they wanted to compete, and it's just unfortunate that, you know, they weren't able to due to connection issues and whatnot with the track. It's just, I don't know, it was just odd, weird for some guys, causing their PCs to crash and whatnot, and that's could be how it was made or something like that. I'm not sure, but we do plan to get that fixed so, you know, everybody can enjoy this track later on down the road. But it looks like practice is over, and we are going to be getting our first battle underway here very soon. Or our next battle, not our first. All right, Randall making his way to the line. Swagger as well would have to reset, get a fresh set of tires before making his way back to the line. All right. Let's get those names fixed on there. Not quite sure why the names aren't switching. All right. Well, I guess there goes that. All right, we got Swagger and Randall for their battle. Swagger in the lead in the E92, Randall in the chase in the GT86, and Swagger just sending that way wide, not quite letting this car transition, coming over that crest, which I have noticed a couple times, where the car will either like snap over rotate going over that hill, or it just won't rotate sometimes. So that's just another obstacle, you know, you got to tackle with this track. Very unfortunate there for Swagger. It seemed like he got a really solid initiation. It's unfortunate his car just didn't fully rotate going over that crest, so. And Randall putting down a solid lead line here. Swagger falling back a little bit, has a lot of ground to make up here. Let's see if he can reel pencil Randall back in. Kind of falling off his line there. And Swagger just kind of overcooking it there at the end and over-rotating his car. Very unfortunate. All right, judges are going to give it to Randall. Our next battle will be Argus against Dutton. Argus making his way to the line in that E92. Drivers are off. Oh no, wrong button. I'm sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. But Argus in the lead put down a solid, very, very solid lead run there. Dutton, unfortunately, just couldn't ever reel him back in, make the ground up. As we will get them flipped around. Dutton will lead, and Argus will chase. Dutton with a really big initiation, a fat initiation. No, going into the wall, and Argus will stay off of him, seeing the contact with the wall coming, I assume. Avoided contact with him and then finished out his run. Argus looks like he has that E92 dialed in. As we see, Argus will get the win and move on. Up next, we got your old friend Lee against Stoner Monk. Your old friend Lee in the S15, Stoner Monk in the R34. See if the names will fix this time. Nope. Not quite sure what happened with the overlay. It just decided it didn't want to work anymore. But here we go. Drivers are off. Your old friend Lee in the lead in the S15. Putting down a really smooth lead line there. Barely tapping that wall. Giving a little kiss. The Stoner Monk's trying to stick right with him. Mimicking him very well. Could have had a little bit better proximity, but it is very, very, very challenging on this track to maintain close proximity. So Stoner Monk definitely did a good job there in the chase. But also your old friend Lee in the lead. The solid line. And here we go. They are off for their second run. Stoner Monk with a nice smooth initiation. Big flick over that crest. Nice angle, nice speed. Back on power right where it needs to be. Your old friend Lee sticking right about as close as Stoner Monk was. Really good battle between these two. Nice even battle between these two guys. Both with solid lead lines, solid chase lines. Love to see it. Love to see it, boys. Good battle. Alright, as the judges decide a winner for this battle, our next battle and final battle for the top 16 will be Moles 56 against Doorbangers from Night King's Drift Team. While we wait, let's see if I can't get this figured out, why it's not working. The overlay controller, what I'm referring to. That fix it? No, unfortunately not. Alright, there we go. Stoner Monk will move on. He will get the win over your old friend Lee. Up next we will have Moles against Doorbanger from Night Kings. Moles will lead, Doorbangers will chase. Moles in the 370. Doorbanger in the S197. Alright, here we go. Drivers are off. Moles with a super fast initiation. Quick transition over that hill as well. One of the quickest transition I've seen today. Not quite able to get out to that zone. kind of a shallow initiation or transition there from Moles in the lead. Again, just slightly transitioned a little too soon in the lead there from Moles. Not a bad chase there from Doorbanger. Was able to keep close proximity, well, close-ish proximity on a pretty shallow line. That 370 though is very gripped up, very quick. So Doorbanger seems like he's not really having a hard time with that S197. Usually a lot of guys will struggle with that car because it has so much low-end grip. Just like you've seen just right there. You get a car into low RPMs and it just has so much grip that it's hard to keep it there, you know, keep it online and whatnot. So very solid job from him though. That is not the easiest car to tackle in the pack, that's for sure. And I do believe the light was indicating a restart. I'm assuming because Doorbanger left slightly late, and that could have choked up Moles on the start. But there we have it. Doorbanger gets the win. I'm assuming they're not going to run that last battle again, seeing as it didn't really affect Moles too much. All right, and that is it for top 16. We're going to move on to the final 8. We got JC Motorworks against Lucky. We got Assetto Drifts against Planbrocker. We got Randall Kenny against Argus. And we got Stoner Monk against Doorbangers. Or Doorbanger. Sorry. So we will have to wait for some of these guys to join in to the server, as not all of them are in currently. Get a nice camera setup while we wait for everybody to join in. We should just have to wait for a few drivers to join, since half of them were already in the server from the previous round. And unfortunately, we were not able to get any commercial videos or anything like that made for this round. We were just too busy prior to this event to get anything like that done. So I'm sorry we don't have any commercial videos for you guys to enjoy while we wait for them to come in and do their practice and whatnot. But I mean, at least you guys get to watch the practice live, so that's not too bad. But we will be sure to be back on our game for the next round. Just things happened and we just weren't able to get the videos made for this round, unfortunately. So, but we're gonna wait here while the rest of the drivers join in for practice. Oh, and so I believe this is, yeah, okay, so this is the grade 8 battle, and I was not aware. Alright, so that was the first battle of the grade 8, the first run of the grade 8 battle. Sorry, I didn't know. I thought everybody wasn't in the server. Lucky putting down a solid line here, and JC just kind of coming in to give him a bonk. Lucky though did appear like he was kind of heavy on the brakes, but JC was also coming in hot, trying to make up for lost ground from the bad start on his end. So get them lined up here to pick a winner. Sorry we kind of missed the first half of that battle. I thought we had to wait for everybody to join in. not quite sure who to call the winner on. Oh, there we go. Lucky will get the win and advance on over JC. Our next battle will be Assetto Drifts against Plan Brocker. We wait for Assetto to come to the line. It seems as though Plan Brocker's brakes are slightly engaged. If you noticed, the rotors were glowing. And sometimes that happens with me where my pedals, like I have to reset my pedals basically before I join into a server due to them like being partially registered, like the game's registering them as like being active, partially active. And I wonder if that's something Plan Brocker is also experiencing. So we are waiting for Assetto Drifts to come to the line, who I believe is not in the server. That's why I was saying that I was kind of confused earlier. Alright, sorry, I'm gonna swap this camera so the lights stop trying to do a rave here at the start line.
Hey, sorry for the wait. He is currently loading in right now.
Yeah, you're good. Alright, here we go. Assetto Drifts making his way to the line. Alright, here we go. Drivers are off. Assetto in the lead. Plan Brocker in the chase. Plan Brocker, it seems like that's exactly what's happening. Like his pedals are slightly registered as active. Like if you can see the rotors are glowing. So it could just be something he's experiencing as well. Like I said, I know that I deal with it. I have to reset my pedals sometimes before I join into a server. So if that is what's happening, then I feel so bad for him because it is very, very, very difficult to put down a solid lap with that going on. So here we go. We get them flipped around. Plan Brocker will lead. Assetto will chase. Now Asetto's gonna have to be very careful here. I knew it was gonna happen. I was just saying Assetto's got to be careful because Plan Brocker seemed like he has. Wow, I'm so sorry. I stuttered so bad there. But seeing as though that Plan Brocker was having issues with whether it may be his pedals or just some settings or something like that, it's gonna be rough for him to chase. So be interesting to see what the judges say here because that's kind of one of them tricky situations where it shouldn't have been something that happened basically, because you can kind of tell just by the way Plan Brocker's car is acting that he definitely has like the brakes or the handbrake or something is partially activated in the settings, causing his car to not really utilize its full potential. All right, we are gonna go one more time with these guys. Hopefully Assetto will take note of what happened the first time around and avoid the contact on the start this time around. right, here we go. Drivers are off askew in the lead this time again. Planbrocker in the chase. Planbrocker kind of choking himself up there, getting stuck on his door. And kind of having to brake a little too hard, avoiding contact from him, just choking himself up. But Askew putting out a really solid lead there, giving the wall a little tap right before the line. Not quite sure he was fully straight before the line, but definitely giving a little kiss right before he crossed the finish line. All right, here we go for their second run. Brocker looking like he's putting on a pretty solid lead line here. Still curious on whether or not the brakes are still active. Didn't seem as though it was as bad that time around. So maybe, whoop, wrong button. Sorry for that, guys. Alright, we'll wait for the judges to get back with us on a decision. Seems as though they forgot to reset the gate from last battle. There we go. Who will it be? Will it be Planbrocker in the E36, or will it be Askew Drifts in the S15? Askew did make a mistake coming over that crest, and his car did straighten up. So I do know that Askew in the chase definitely had a most likely had a 0 from that. I'm not sure if the judges are gonna beam that on him or on the lead, but it did appear as though it was on the chase from our perspective. Definitely an interesting battle though. And we're gonna go OMT again. And this should be the last battle. I don't think there will be another OMT after this one. Here we go for their for their next battle, I should say. Drivers are off askew in the lead again. Putting down a really solid line so far. And then Planbrocker just not able to keep his car in drift. Like I said, I do believe that's from his pedals. All right, here we go. Drivers will get flipped around for their next battle. All right, here we go. And Skew just giving Planbrocker a nice little tap there. And I think Skew just struggling to chase him. Because he does appear like he is slightly slow due to the pedals, you know, being activated. This is just one of them situations where it's like you don't really know what to do because you got to call, you know, you got to call it as you see it as a judge. But sometimes there are other factors that you know come into play during that. So. And I don't think we can go OMT again, so the judges are going to have to come to a decision for a winner this time around. Definitely a weird one to call, though, due to the circumstances. But after this, after the judges come to a decision, our next battle will be Randall Kinney against Argus. If I do remember correctly, Randall in the GT86, Argus in the E92. And after that battle, we'll have Stoner Monk against Doorbanger to close out our grade 8 before moving on to the final 4. Man, like I said, this is one of them weird ones to call. You know, you gotta call it as you see it, but at the same time, you gotta kind of decipher what else was going on to cause the collisions and accidents and stuff like that. So, and there we have it. Askew moves on and gets the win. Up next will be Randall in the GT86 against Argus in the E92. GT86, such a good car. Such a good car. So smooth. Very responsive. Really, really solid car. Alright, here we go. They're off. Randall in the lead, Argus in the chase. Driver's flicking really nice. Argus doing his best to close that proximity. He does. He gets right up on Randall's door. Tucks right in there, which is very, very tricky to do around this track. Not easy to stick super close to somebody. So huge props to Argus there in the chase. Very, very good job, sir. We'll see what they can do as they flip around. Flip there from Argus, really smooth flip from him in the lead. Oh, slight check up there from Argus, and Randall gave him a little bump. Trying to stick right with him. Luckily not unsettling Argus too much, and that bump looked like it might have got Randall right across the line. There is a dip there right before the finish line that if you're not prepared for it, it will most certainly unsettle your car. But great battle from these two guys. Love to see it. Up next, we will have Stoner Monk against Doorbanger, and like I said earlier, that will close out our grade 8. Oh, seems as though we had a driver reset. Argus reset by accident. Oh, no. Not quite sure what happened there. Seemed as though the gate operator hit the wrong button, reset back to pits. That, or he was kicked for inactivity, which could also be a thing. All right, well, I guess the judges will have to come in here and let us know who the winner of that battle was until we get the gate set back up. That was our only form of communication from the judges to the commentators. I'm not sure if he just reset. Nope, doesn't appear as though he just reset. So I do think he was kicked or just disconnected from the server for some reason. All right, judges, if you're watching, I need you guys to let me know who the winner was. I need you guys to jump in here with me so we can all know. I'm probably still trying to decipher a winner as well. We do apologize for any inconveniences during the stream. This is the virtual sim drifting world. There are going to be complications and errors along the way. It's just kind of part of it, what comes with it. But I do think the judges are still trying to pick a winner for the last battle. Well, while we wait, if you're just joining us and you want to compete with us, then head over to the Discord where we have our event schedule posted, as well as like the event locations and the dates and stuff like that. We are going to be doing 2 street competitions and then a pro car competition, and then it will kind of alternate like that, where we do 2 street, 1 pro, 2 street, 1 pro. Just because the street cars are really what we really enjoy the street car competitions. We know a lot of the drivers do as well. And they're just a lot of fun. The street cars are. We obviously have fun in the pro cars as well. But street cars, I do believe, are like Assetto Drift League's bread and butter as far as competitions go. Just how they go and the amount of drivers that show up for them and everything. It's just, the street car comps are awesome. But like I said, if you want to check out the schedule, it's posted on Instagram as well as in our Discord. And we are actually updating our street pack currently. We're nearing the end of the update. There's just a few more little things to work out, a couple liveries to get finished up, and then we're close. We'll be releasing them after that. It's won't be too much longer. We're hoping to have them out before our next streetcar competition. We are doing events every 3 weeks, unless in the event of something in our real lives coming up. So we planned around all that stuff, at least that we know of the foreseeable future. So like I said, every 3 weeks. Sometimes it will be every 2 weeks, or it will be 2 weeks apart. But for the most part, they're every 3 weeks apart. And like I said, we'll try to have the street pack out before the next streetcar competition, which very well, it's a very, very big possibility that will be the case. And if it's not, then we will do one more final send off with our original street pack before going to the update for our pack. All right, gate gets back in place, and there we go. Ari just gets the win and moves on after a very long wait, unfortunately. Sorry for that, everybody. But we got the gate set back up now, and we are moving on with the competition. Ari just will get the win. Brandon will have to head out of the competition, unfortunately. But here we go. We got our next battle at the line. We got Stoner Monk against Doorbanger. Stoner Monk in that R34, Doorbanger in the S197. Both very good cars. Both completely different driving styles as well. The S197 being super aggressive. You got to be on it. Full tilt. And the R34 a little more forgiving, slightly smoother car, but still you can be super aggressive with it as well. And Stoner Monk putting on an incredible lead line here, putting that R34 exactly where he needs to. Doorbanger sticking right with him, getting very close on transition, bumper to bumper on transition. What a great run from these two guys. Amazing work, boys. All right, they are flipped around, ready for their second run of the battle. Doorbangers in the lead this time around. Stoner Monk and the R34 in the chase. See what they can do. Both drivers with a pretty solid flick. Stoner Monk, huge flick, big, oh, yeah, massive error there from Stoner Monk. Just kind of, like I said before, just overcooked it coming over that hill. It's very easy to overcook it and over-rotate your car. It's also very easy to not allow your car enough rotation going over that crest. So we've seen both examples today of what is extremely easy to do going over that crest. Just very unfortunate, but it does happen. And when your car comes, you know, decides to pop out of that full lock over rotation, you know, you're most likely going to straighten up, just like you've seen Stoner Monk do there. Doorbangers will get the win and move on. Unfortunate for Stoner Monk. Very, very unfortunate. Super easy to do. All right, we got Lucky against the Skew for our next battle.
Hey, boss man.
Yes.
So we're gonna run practice and let these finalists get in there, or are we just
Yeah. We can. Well, it's up to them. If they want to do practice, you know, 3 or 4 practice laps, they can. If not, then we'll send it.
All right, sounds good. I'll get back to you.
All right. All right, and as you just heard, we are in our final 4 now, the semi-finals. We got Lucky against the Skew, and then we got Argus against Doorbanger. And we're going to see if the drivers would like to have a couple laps of practice before the final 4, or if they just want to go ahead and go forward with it. Usually we do allow a couple practice laps joining in each round, being that it's the final 4. Usually it doesn't work out that way. Usually it just works right into going into battles because everybody's already in the server. There's no sense of doing it. But today's competition worked out a little bit differently than normal. Guys have been in here waiting for a while, so yeah.
We're gonna go ahead and give them a 5-minute practice.
Sounds good. All right, well, drivers are gonna get 5 minutes of practice, like you just heard my partner Tom Claus say. And after this 5-minute practice session, we will be getting the last battles underway. We only have, well, technically 4 more battles. We got the 2 for the semifinals, and then we have a 3rd place battle, and then we have the battle for 1st and 2nd place. Do it from a bird's eye view from the judges' camera. This is the view the judges are watching from. For any of you guys at home that are curious. That section right there, the track is just so tricky to get right. Coming over that crest. We'll watch it from a different camera angle so you guys can see what we're talking about at home. Where when you go over that crest, it's so unsettling for your car. And if you're not right on it, right where you need to be, then it's just extremely easy to make a mistake. And you see right there, just going over that hill, that bump, the cars. Lucky putting on a pretty solid chase run there. E92, I'm sure, is also a very good car for this track. I did not try it out for this event. I usually test all the cars at the tracks to kind of decide which cars are best and which cars I can see I should see the most of during the events. E92 is not one that I tested for this track, however, but I'm sure that it is very good. There were a handful of drivers that did select it today. If you're just tuning in with us, this is Soldier Field from 2005, from the Drift 2005. We do plan on releasing, or creating and then releasing, all of the tracks that Formula Drift used to run back in the day, so like Sonoma, Montreal, stuff like that. We do plan on recreating all the tracks that they used to run and putting them into Assetto for everybody to enjoy. Formula Drift was just, or I'm sorry, Soldier Field was just the first on that list to make. And you know, we might have more competitions with the old Formula Drift tracks. We'll have to see how the rest of the year plans out. But I do know that we currently have our next 7 to 8, I believe it's 7 rounds already selected where they're going to be, the dates and all that stuff. So just kind of waiting to see if any more tracks are going to come out during the year that we would like to run, or if we happen to create any more during the year that we want to run events at. But definitely so far, what's up?
30 seconds.
Alrighty. But we, I forgot what I was saying now, so it doesn't matter. But we got 30 seconds left to practice before we send them for the last few battles. We got Lucky and Askew against, or Lucky going against the Skew Drifts, and then we got Argis against Doorbanger. Should be a really good Final Four. All these drivers seem to be driving really well today. Really got their cars dialed in. I know Lucky, I was driving with him past couple of nights, and he was definitely getting that C7 for sure. Tuned in good, dialed in nice for this track. Dampers come into play huge at this track just because of all the bumps and all that stuff. But here we go. Practice is over. We are going to be sending them for the Final Four. I'm excited. This is my favorite part of the competition, where all the greatest battles come into play. So definitely excited to see what these drivers pull together for their last few battles. And here we go. The light goes green. They're off. Big initiation over both drivers. Askew right on Lucky's door. Let's see if he can't make that ground up. He does. He's getting right in there, tucking on Lucky's door. Lucky putting out a really solid lead line here so far. He's in that inside clip. Really nice. Lucky with a nice big transition. Lots of angle on that last section. That last transition. Very, very good job from Lucky there in the lead. And Askew, really solid chase there from him. Great job, guys. Those are the runs that we like to see. All right, here we go. They're off for their second run. Askew with a big flip. Lucky kind of falling behind. Let's see if he can make that ground up. He does. Askew going wide, having to choke up just a little bit. Slight checkup, but both drivers make it through it. Both hit that inside clip just like they're supposed to. And Lucky needs to get some of that ground back, but not quite able to do so. Not able to fully reel him in before the line. But man, what a battle from these two guys. Very, very solid runs there, boys. Drivers are confused on what to do. All right, they're getting lined up. Who will move on? Will it be Lucky or will it be Askew? Be sure, you guys, if you're watching the live stream, be sure you stay in the server, whoever it is that does lose this battle, because you will have a third place battle. I know it's not showing on the bracket. They unfortunately took away the option to have a third place battle, but we still like to have them just so you guys know who got third place. So do please stay in the server for your third place battle. For this battle and the next battle between Argis and Doorbangers. You guys be sure to stay in here, please. Judge is still deliberating. It's probably not going to be the easiest call to make. Both drivers were fairly good in both their runs, the lead and the chase. And this is one of them tracks where it's really, really, really tough to stick right to the door of the lead car. So a lot of it comes down to basically if they just stayed active in the chase and then, you know, how good their lead was. Is I believe what it would mainly be coming down to as a judge, what they would be looking for. Well, Lucky resetting back to pits. This car must have been overheating or something. Just kidding. This car can't overheat in the game. But we got to make excuses for him. Oh, and Lucky will get the win. He will move on. So Lucky will move on to the final battle. Even though he was not lined up there. I wonder if they informed him. Well, here we go. We have our next battle coming on the line. We got Argis against Doorbanger. All right. Argis in the E92 in the lead. Doorbanger and the S197 in the chase. And this is to see who will move on for the battle for first place. Here we go. Drivers are off. Argis with a big flick. Really smooth line here from Argis so far. Doorbanger. Close that gap. Got the proximity back. Really good transition there for both drivers on the last transition. Argis with a really, really, really solid lead there. Doorbangers with a fairly decent chase. Like I said, it is hard to stay super close here. It is super easy to get burned off the line too. So just part of the competition, part of the track. And here we go, they are off. Doorbanger initiates. Argis right there on his door. Wow, Argis diving in hard. Oh, maybe a little too hard, giving him a bump there. Looks like Doorbanger might have checked up a little bit too much. Argis was expecting him to get back on power where he did not. And Argis is giving that little bump. As at least is what it appeared like to me. Seemed as though Doorbanger might have checked up slightly. Argis wasn't expecting it and just gave him that slight little bonk. But luckily they made it to the finish line. No accidents. The wall did not collect either one of them. All right. It's going to be another one of them tricky calls. That is kind of a... Coming into that outside zone, it is kind of a decel. Like, you do kind of have to check up. You know, because you can't carry full speed into it. So you do kind of have to check up. But like I said, I just don't think Argis was expecting as much of a checkup as Doorbanger had. Just one of them racing incidents. It happens. But Argis definitely put down a very good show in that E92 today. I'm gonna have to come try that car at this track after the event today and see exactly how I feel about it. It looks very solid here. Also, have not given a shout out to the judges yet today. I just want to say thank you to our judges as well for coming out and helping us make these decisions. I know it's not the easiest job in the world. It's also not the most fun job in the world. So I definitely appreciate you guys coming out and helping us out with the events and the ruling on them. But there we have it. Doorbangers will move on, assuming from the contact made from Argis and the chase. But we will have a skew against Argis for third place, and then it will be Lucky against Doorbanger for first place. I wonder if there is a protest happening. I don't think so. So it appears as though we're going to be doing the first place battle first. Maybe a skew had left the server. Yeah, that's what it appears. A skew might have left the server. We'll be doing our first place battle first. All right. There we go. Light goes green. This is our battle for first place. Lucky in the lead in the C7 against Doorbanger in the S197 in the chase. Who will take home the victory? Oh, I'm not quite sure what happened there. It looked like Lucky was kind of left the bridge a little too much. Checked up a little too hard, and Doorbanger just kind of collected his door. But they both make it to the line. No harm, no foul done. Both were able to hold it together to make it to the finish, which is what we want to see. Here we go. Drivers are off. Doorbanger with a big initiation, big flick on initiation. Really solid lead line here from Doorbanger so far. Lucky trying to reel him in. Trying to make up that ground, just not quite able to do so. Like I said, it is hard though to stick with somebody on this track. You know, the little bumps and all that stuff make it to where you really don't want to stick to their door in case, you know, your car gets unsettled for any reason. You don't want to create contact between you and the other driver. All right, not quite sure if that is the call for this battle. I'm not sure. It was still on from the last one. No. Okay, there we go. There you have it. Doorbangers will get the win. He will take home first place here. And it appears as though we are going to do our third place battle now against Askew and Argis.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, Askew and Argis making their way to the line for the third place battle. And there you seen Doorbanger, I do apologize, with the Night Kings Drift Team will get the win. First ever event at ADL, and he takes home the victory. Awesome job, man. Great showing by you and your team. Good driving today, man. Oh, and Argis getting a little excited there. A little antsy on the initiation, giving Askew a slight little bump. But I just want to say to these two drivers, you guys did amazing today. You guys put down an absolute clinic of driving. So sorry that the calls didn't go y'all's way today, but don't let that discourage you guys. You guys both, Argis and Askew, you guys did great today. And I do hope to see you guys in the next events for sure. All right, here we go. Drivers are off for their second run. Argus in the lead, Askew in the chase. Oh, Askew get a little too aggressive, giving Argus a bump. Both of them giving their best to hold it together as they come into this inside clip here. Askew give a little booty bump again. Booty bump, why did I say that? A little tap on the rear bumper before making it to the line. But what an exciting third place battle. Both these drivers pushing it really hard. As Askew makes his way over to have the call made, doing some donuts. Partial victory laps here. You guys are all winners in my eyes, so everybody that showed up today. But like I was saying, Argus and Askew, you guys did incredible today. Great driving. Like I said, I do hope to see you guys in the future events to continue driving that way. Well, we are waiting for the last and final call of today's Formula Drift Soldier Field event. And I do hope you guys enjoyed it today. Sorry for the delays. Sorry if it wasn't up to par with, the other events and our previous rounds and stuff. We're still trying to get kind of back in the flow of everything. Having the schedule released and everything kind of helps us get back in our rhythm and whatnot. So we'll continue working on creating the best comps we possibly can. And I do apologize for any inconveniences or delays or anything of the sorts today to the drivers, to the spectators. We will do our best to improve and hopefully get back to where we once were. Well, we definitely will get back to where we once were, but improve on where we once were as well. But like I said at the start of this live stream, if you guys want to go try this track for yourself, it is live on Vosen for you to go and download and try it out. Let us know. The Discord's attached to the link inside the Vosen page. Let us know what you think about it. Any ways you can improve it. We will be updating it for the lights so that way they stop flickering like they do on the start on the cameras. And as well as adding in some city lighting and stuff like that for night times. The track does look incredible at night. We chose not to run the competition at night because of server lag and stuff like that. It is very taxing on your PC to run it at nighttime. But the track does look super good at nighttime. I definitely recommend trying it out at night on your and your either your own personal server or single player or whatever. But such a good looking track in the night and the lighting at night. So definitely check that out. And then if you want to compete, you want to come join the Assetto Drift League competitions, the link to the Discord is in the description. We host events pretty regularly. We're getting back to having them regularly. The schedule's posted in there for you to check out. And we will be adding to it and updating it as the year moves on. But there you see, Argus will get the third place victory. And he will earn his podium. And that will do it for today's round at Formula Drift Soldier Field. I do hope that everybody enjoyed the event. I hope that you guys, had a blast watching it just as much as I had hosting it. I will jump over and see if anybody has anything they'd like to say. Judges, we'll start with judges. We'll jump over here, see if they have anything they want to add. Judges, just want to say thanks. You guys did a great job today. Appreciate you guys coming and helping me out. Wanted to see if you guys had anything you want to add to the end of the live stream before we close it out.
Go on, go ahead.
Nah, Terrence got it.
All right, there you have the judges. They're shy. They're a little bashful. But you guys did great today. I can't thank you guys enough for helping me out and Assetto Drift League in general. You guys are awesome. We're going to jump up and Group B, see if the drivers have anything they want to say before we close out the live stream. And then that will do it. We'll see you guys for the next round after that. All right, judges. See you guys. Thank you. All right, we are closing out the live stream. I just wanted to come in here and say thank you to the drivers that are still in chat. Thank you guys for showing up today. You guys did awesome, incredible driving today. Very happy with the turnout. Like I said, during the driver meeting, we had more people show up than I was expecting today, being that it is the day after Valentine's Day. So I do thank you guys for showing up. And man, man. You guys, not a problem, man. You guys did awesome. Doorbanger, man. Congratulations. Your first time ever coming out to a Assetto Drift League event, and you took home the dub, man. Awesome job. Argis, dude, you drove incredible all day. So props to you, man. Hope to see you guys in. Yeah, I hope to see you guys all in the next round. But other than that, you guys have anything you want to add in at the end of the live stream?
We appreciate it, bro.
Not a problem, man.
Really appreciate it.
That's what we do it for, man.
Thank
we
you.
do it for the drivers. Not a problem. But
Yeah.
all right, make sure you guys join us for the next live stream. It will be at Silver Dollar in the street cars. Super fun track, especially in street cars. But tune in for that one, and we will catch you guys then.